Good evening. It is March 5th, 2021. It's only a few weeks until Easter. And quite frankly, we're kind of wondering what our Easter services are going to look like this year. I want to look at a scripture passage where Jesus tried to communicate with the disciples about the upcoming Easter events, but the disciples willfully chose not to understand what he was saying. In Mark chapter 10, verses 32 to 45, New Living Translation, Second Edition, we see they were now on their way up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead of them. The disciples were filled with awe, and the people following behind were overwhelmed with fear. Taking the 12 disciples aside, Jesus once more began to describe everything that was about to happen to him. "Listen," he said, "we're going up to Jerusalem, where the Son of Man will be betrayed to the leading priests and the teachers of the law. They will sentence him to die and hand him over to the Romans. They will mock him, spit on him, flog him with a whip, and kill him. But after 3 days, he will rise again." Well, then James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came over and spoke to him. "Teacher," they said, "we want you to do us a favor." "What is your request?" he asked. They replied, "When you sit on your glorious throne, we want to sit in places of honor next to you, one on your right and the other on your left." But Jesus said to them, "You don't know what you're asking. Are you able to drink from the bitter cup of suffering I'm about to drink? Are you able to be baptized with the baptism of suffering I must be baptized with?" "Oh, yes," they replied, "we are able." Then Jesus told them, "You will indeed drink from my bitter cup and be baptized with my baptism of suffering. But I have no right to say who will sit on my right or my left. God has prepared those places for the ones he has chosen." When the 10 other disciples heard what James and John had asked, they were indignant. So Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers in this world lord it over their people, and officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be the slave of everyone else. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many." The following crowd had this fascinating mixture of fear and awe. They were honestly afraid of the authority and power being manifested and the reaction of the Jewish leaders. But at the same time, the disciples were filled with awe, wondering what marvelous miracles would happen next. Jesus spoke of the upcoming betrayal, where one of the closest friends would violently turn on him. He described them turning him over to the cruel and despised Romans, who would mock him, humiliate him with spit, flog him, and kill him. But there would be a coming back to life after death. Jesus spoke of dark, terrible, and tragic events that would shatteringly alter their lives forever. And they almost completely ignored him and didn't hear a word he said. They were so looking forward to the false reality that they had conjured in their imaginations with seats of glory and thrones of honor, that they could not see the very real intrusive reality that Jesus was describing. "Let us be big shots in your kingdom. Give us fancy seats of authority and consequence where we'll be respected and honored because of our tremendous charisma," as they continue to imagine in their fantasy world. Jesus told them, "We've come to be servants. We've not come to be rulers. We've come to take care of and to provide for others, not to take from and give orders to others. As we get ready for Easter, may we be the servants that we ought to be. God bless you.